Hi, thank you for joining me for my Use to Eliminate Eyeshadow Project update. If you're new, this is a project where I basically go through my eyeshadows to find the ones that I could technically do without to eliminate them. My goal for this project is to gain familiarity with all my eyeshadows. In my previous update 3 months ago, I was able to move 5 shadows to stage 2 where I hit pan on them and eliminate only 1 shadow. It was definitely not the efficiency that I was aiming for. And of course, as a problem solver, I have adjusted the project a little bit and I was able to go through so much more eyeshadows that I cannot wait to share with you all. Let's do this. I'm going to show you all the eyeshadows that I went through in the past couple months. So this is all the shadows that I went through. This is 48 of them. I actually went through 49. There was one black shadow from MUA I. It shattered, so I had to throw that away. I'm just going to quickly sort it out so we can go through the main groups. So this is about 15 groups of eyeshadows. Let's just go straight. I'm going to start with the lighter shades, moving to the darker shades, because I need to make some space for it. I forgot to mention, since my last update, I also deposited some more shadows into my single shadow palette. This one from White n Wild was one of them. This one reminds me so much of the Urban Decay Naked Virgin, so this was a no-brainer to let go because I really don't reach for this kind of shades. I don't need multiples of. The next two shadows, I have a couple shadows in this shade. This White n Wild one is actually really pretty. I reach for this shade sometimes, but not enough for me to keep multiples. So if I do feel like I need them, I have these two shades that can easily mimic what this shadows does. So I'm actually also going to eliminate both of those. The next one, let's go with a matte white shadow. I already used up one of those, so I know very well how this one performs. I don't love it, but I'm not ready to let this one go yet. This one is quite nice, I'm keeping. This one I'm actually already working on panning it. But as I'm preparing for this video, I changed my mind. I think I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go too. This kind of shades is not a must for me, so I'm gonna eliminate this one. And these two I'm keeping. The next four are the icy silver color. This one from White n Wild, I don't really care for it. Although I don't have an exact dupe of this, I do have several silvers. For example, this one from MAC and this one from Urban Decay Smoky. They're not identical, but I'm okay to let this one go. These three I went back and forth. I couldn't decide. I was gonna declutter this one, but this is actually a really unique shade. I don't have anything like this. I have another one, the one from Too Faced, that is more like a glitter, and this one is like a white shimmer. It's also silver. I know that I don't really love this color, so I was gonna let this one go until I layered this shade on top of a gray eyeshadow, and then the white completely changed, like a gunmetal, which I love. So I changed my mind. I'm gonna keep this one, and out of these two, honestly I don't like any of them, but I'm gonna give myself the option to keep one. I'm gonna let this one go from Sephora, and I'm gonna keep this one from Lancome. Next group, these three shades. This one is from Sonic Kashik, the one I wrote in from the previous update. I was hoping that this one would apply a little bit better, but no, it didn't really work. It's just like the other one I decluttered from the first update. I'm gonna declutter this one. These two, this one is from Urban Decay Frame, I think. Yeah, I begin to like it more every time I use it, so I'm definitely keeping this one. And this one from the Balm, quite creamy, is nice, but I have several shades like this. I just want to use up a few. So this one, I'm gonna move it to round 2 where I'm gonna hit pan on it. And this one is gonna go back to my Z palette. Moving on to this group. Technically they were not a group, but this one is from Clinique. I mentioned from my previous update that I don't like this one. I just wanted to use it to make sure that I hate it, which I do. It's just weird. It has a warm yellow shimmer, but it has a cool pink undertone. It's very contradictory and almost like I don't know how to appreciate it. I'm gonna let this one be gone. These two, you see, they look different, but they kind of both have this cool lavender shimmer. I mean, I guess this one is a lot sheer than this one, which I actually prefer because I wouldn't imagine wearing this shade all over the eye, so I don't want it to be very opaque. Therefore, I'm gonna let this one go, and I'm keeping this one. Well, this one's from Lancome, and this one is from Sephora. Okay, this three medium bronze. I actually like all of them. They look very similar, but they're also different. I think that's the thing with bronze. It's like a slight difference does make a difference, I guess. This one from the Balm is actually a close dupe to the Bahama Mama, their bronzer. So because of that, I'm gonna move this one to round 2. You know what round 2 is. And this one from Sephora, I was also gonna hit pan on this one, but I think I'm gonna do that on my own Like I'm not gonna do it in this project. This one I'm gonna keep it in my collection until I use the other one up, because I did go through my collection. This kind of bronze I don't have a lot. Like I have enough. It's not overly crowded, so I'm fine with keeping those two. These three bronze give me a headache. I couldn't tell. I know I like this one, and these two are the ones that I cannot decide. There's nothing wrong with them. I guess if I allow myself not to rush this, yeah, I'm keeping all three until further assessment. The next group, these two shades, they're both from Lancome. If you can see like this, it's just one is a shimmer finish, one is a matte finish. Although this one is not entirely matte, I would say this is is a satin. I realize I don't do swatch very well, but you can see they're the same base tone. It's just one with shimmer, one is matte. And I'm gonna go ahead and pan this shimmer one, and the matte one I'm keeping. I'm not crazy about this color, but I also know that I would use this color. I don't reach for it because I have so much eyeshadows, but if otherwise that kind of shade, I know I will grab. The next group, these three, very nice plump. Oh, actually I have 4 of this because I need to grab it. This one is from Everyday Minerals. Because it's a mineral shadow, it just gets very messy. I'm gonna let this one go. Out of these 3, the Urban Decay one was my favorite. Basically the color shows the way I want it to show. But this one's Urban Decay one, and then this one is from Sephora. Because the Sephora one is a hint darker, it shows up a lot smokier. The Urban Decay one shows up plump with a little bit red. Yeah, this one was my favorite. Sephora one, I was kind of debating to let it go, but I like this kind of color, so I don't think I'm ready to let this one go. I'm gonna keep both of these two, and this one from the Balm is kind of like in between of those two. So my footage cut me. I hope I have what I need. Yeah, this Wet n Wild one is gonna go, and this one from Kat 1D, I believe I have a dupe of it in this Too Faced Natural palette, and the dupe is this color called Coffee Date. Let's swatch it. This is swatch for Kat 1D, and this is Coffee Date, and they're very alike. I have had this one for probably, yeah, definitely over 10 years. I don't even know if I use this one once on my eye. Because of that, also I just kind of want to. I'm gonna move this one to round 2. I would love to hit on this one. This one from Sephora I think is very special. I'm definitely keeping this one. Now, moving on to the bronze. Out of these 5, this one's from Lancome, this one from the Balm, Sephora, the Balm Mid Matte, which I depotted, and Revlon. I know right away this one from Lancome is gonna go. It's like a dark chocolatey brown, but it applies very patchy on the eye. As an eyeliner, it looked quite pretty. Despite it was so pretty as a liner, and I really want to justify for myself to keep it, to use it as a liner, I have so many other shadows. I am sure I can make something else work. I'm gonna let this one go. And the rest, ideally I would like to have at least 2 more of those go. But however, I'm having a really tough time with this group. I did a couple looks where I used the brown eyeshadow as a base, then I just put a shimmer bronzy color on top, and I really dig the look. Maybe because of that, I'm having a moment with brown eyeshadows. But again, I have to allow myself to take my time. Because my plan is once I free some more space in my Z palette, I am going to depot more shadows from the palettes. And there's this brown in this palette that I would like to try. I just need more time with it. I mean, that's the whole point of doing the project this way. I don't want just to force myself to declutter. I want to know my eyeshadows, right? When the time comes, I will know. So this group is gonna be undetermined. Another one that I'm having a hard time is this blue. I have several shades like this. Honestly, I can let both of them go. The reason why like this blue from the Green Stephanie palette is a lot bluer. Okay, I think I know now. I'm gonna let this one from Lancome go, and I'm gonna hit pan on this one from Sephora. Cool. So far, these are the shadows that I'm gonna hit pan on. Yeah. Now the black. This one is not very pigmented. That makes this less intimidating. All the other blacks I have in my collection, they're very pigmented. There's so many other black that I have in my collection. Like right here from the from Stila, and I'm sure this one has a black too. This one and this one from Sephora, they're very similar, almost identical I would say, in terms of the texture and the color payoff. So I would think it would be easy for me to let this one go. but not. I can't decide for these two. I'm gonna allow myself to take more time, I think, using the other blacks in my collection to further compare. For this shimmer blacks, including the one from Wet n Wild that was also shimmer black, I like this one the most. This one was from the Lancome quad that I depotted. This one can go, and as well as this from Too Faced. This one can go too. And these three are gonna go back to my collection. I know this one for sure is gonna stay. Probably not gonna part away with this one. But the matte black, they're considered undetermined. I think I have 6 matte black, including these two. That's definitely way too many. Ideally, I would want to keep only 2. So there's a lot I need to look into. All of those are like the standout shades. I don't have any repeat of those shades in my collection. So this one, I'm keeping it. This one, I'm not crazy about it, but I'm keeping it. This one is a no. I don't really enjoy this. Not at all, so I'm gonna let this one go. This one I was actually gonna declutter too, but then something changed my mind that I decided I could use this one as a liner. Probably not enough for me to actually justify it, but for now I'm gonna keep it. Okay, the last 2 shades, these 2 are both from the Balm. This shade I actually have a few that offers a similar vibe. This one's from Urban Decay, and this one's from Revlon. It's actually one of my favorite shadows. It's so giving. This one's definitely my favorite in terms of this mosey green. So I was debating maybe I don't really need this one because this one swatches out to be much darker. So on the eye, it's almost just black. The green doesn't show off as much as I would want it to. But I do love this kind of color a lot. So I figured I would keep this one and I would use it. This one was surprisingly hard, and it's almost like a highlighter color with a strong yellow hue. I don't think I have anything like this. This thing is, I don't know what I need this one for, other than an inner corner highlight. That's the only place I would imagine myself using this. Sorry, the camera cut me off here. I actually decided to pan this shadow at the end. So these are 16 shadows, including the Wet n Wild one that shattered on me. And these are the shadows that are going to go back to my collection. Cutting down half of this, it feels pretty good. So that's the update. And also, I'm just going to give you a quick peek what I'm going to work on in the next little while. I still have like about 15 groups of shadows that I possibly have dupes with. For example, this one, Love Bug, and this one from Makeup Forever, and then this one is from the Balm. I'm going to give you a quick swatch. Okay, not identical, but I can work on with that. Those 2 whites, that one, they're quite similar too. And then this purple shadow, these 2. This one's from Kat Von D and this one's from Urban Decay. This kind of silver gunmetal color. Also have a couple. You get the idea. I still have quite a few groups to work with, and including the black and the bronze. This has been really fun. It's more fun than I thought it would. Mainly because I never really look into my eyeshadows like this. You know, they just always looked really nice in the palette. I swatch them occasionally, but really having them side by side, like putting colors like this side by side, kind of change things a little bit. Make you question how practical it is to have shades that are similar like this. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, be sure to support me by giving me a like and leave me a comment to let me know how you think of this project. Don't forget to subscribe if you like to stick around. As always, I hope you enjoy yourself at whatever you do, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.